Hello, this is Talha, and we're gonna start a new project, and we are very excited about it. And let me show you how it looks like right now. Come on in. All right, so this is what the existing kitchen looks like. It's been updated, I think, 5-6 years ago before the house was sold to the new owner. As you can see, it has white cabinets, you know, some updated features, but it is definitely not in the same level as what we'll be doing it. So the issue is the kitchen is pretty much in a hallway, and everything is just not organized well, and it doesn't have the open feeling to it. So if you're in this space, if someone is in dining room, they're in the family room, you really do not have much connection to them. So our initial idea was to just blow this up and then make a better, great space. So what we're gonna do is, as you can see, this wall, we're gonna remove that, and then this wall too. So we're pretty much gonna square this entire space. Let me show you what it looks like from the other side. So this is the family room, and this is the dining room. And come over here. So as you can see, it's very sectional, even though this space is very big, but it is just divided so much by the doors and walls. So we're gonna blow this one, and we're gonna blow this wall, and we're gonna have a beautiful island in the center. So this will read as a one big rectangular, and this is gonna be a very nice open concept because, as you can see, we are away from the foyer and some other private area like offices, but it is itself, the family room, dining room, and kitchen will feel like a one big space. And we're gonna do that by removing this wall. So based on our determination with the structural engineer, this is not a load-bearing wall, but this guy is. So the initial plan is what we're gonna do is we're gonna install a structural beam from one end all the way to the other end. It's approximately 27, 28 feet beam. And one challenge we will have is, which we'll see how we're gonna do it, but bringing that beam, that side of the beam inside, because this is, as you can see, we just climb up to the second floor. So this house is on a hill. That's a good challenge to have. And we're expecting obviously quite a bit electric work, like this type of switches, the security devices. And I am actually expecting a pipe here because there's a bathroom up there. So we're expecting a pipe inside this wall as well, and there is more electrical stuff. We're getting rid of that built-in section as well. But kitchen design will be, we're gonna chit into, since there will not be wall, we'll be chitting into this section. With the fridge is gonna be a lot larger fridge, and then we will be aligning to this corner. And we will take our stove and then have it on this back wall, because once we blow this up, this will be the main money shot, this entire wall. So we're gonna have the stove right here, and obviously, as you can see, there is a window here, but it definitely cannot stop us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna install two smaller windows. So technically, imagine this window has like two sections, right? We're not gonna lose light. We're just gonna take one panel over here, one panel over there, kind of feeling to it, but obviously it's gonna be a brand new window. So then we will really put the stove and hood right in the center of these two windows. It's gonna be very classical and symmetrical design. And on the left side, we're gonna align it more like a coffee section with the pocket doors. And then with this removed stage, what we're gonna do is have a very big island with the sink and a lot of storage on the side. But one thing we didn't do, the seating area, the reason for that is, imagine the new island is gonna be in this section. And this is obviously a very, very good dining space. And then we got a breakfast nook on that corner. So there is a really prime seating area here. There is a really good prime seating area over there. So we didn't really see a need of having more seating. So instead of that, we give that space to the storage, which in my opinion looks better than sitting on the island. But as you can see, the client is getting ready. So we're gonna soon start the construction in a couple days. And they're having lovely drawings. I think someone tried to draw me over here. As you can see, it looks like me, but the kids are having fun. Definitely you should do this and have fun, or you can even punch this before the construction. I mean, gently, make sure you're not hitting the pipes. But this is the fun stage, and let's see what will be challenging in this project, and hopefully we'll resolve all the challenges. All right, the demo is over, and let me show you how it looks right now. Quite a bit different than what you seen a few seconds ago. So we pretty much demolish everything, but good thing that we did save the cabinetry, and they're getting donated along with the appliances. So the donation is good. Definitely do not trash if they're okay shape. So as you can see, all these things came up from the walls, and sometimes I do get a question like, why this kitchen renovation takes 3 months, right? So let me explain why it takes 3 months. So as you can see, there's like a toilet pipe here. We're gonna getting rid of this entire wall and this entire wall. So this was a load-bearing wall, this was not, but still there's a pipe coming that's going to the master bathroom, and that needs to be relocated. There's all these water lines, there's all this cable, the gas line, and the switches for the other rooms. So it's not just become a kitchen project when you remove all this wall. It becomes entire section of the dining room, the outlets and switches, everything needs to be relocated. And as you expected, this wall, it's just like we draw it, it became a load-bearing wall. As you can see, the joists are just meeting in this spot, which means that we need to have a header. The beam is on the way, it's coming. And as we expected, this is just an empty wall, so it's easy to, we're just gonna cut this off, and there's not much prep to do for the framing. But the main thing over here is this toilet pipe. So it comes from the toilet over there, it goes down, and then goes this way and goes back to the basement. But because this is gonna be all open, so there is really not much place to hide this. So our solution is to get this pipe inside the joist and go straight down there. But to do that, we may need to drop the ceiling to hide the pipe. And this is aligning with our design, so there's no issue with that. But we need to see how this is gonna reflect the rest of the space. So we may duplicate that same bulkhead somewhere else, just so it looks intentional, not just the random bulkhead. But that's how we're gonna get rid of that. And then on this side, let me get you guys over here, because we're gonna put the window over here. As you can see, there's stuff inside, right? So we need to relocate those pipes and things like that to make sure that the area we're gonna put the window is available. And other than that, there's not much surprise other than this few pipes and cables. And this box came out on the lucky side. We're gonna get rid of this and make it a floor vent. As you can see, this is not connected anywhere. So this is the final destination of this vent. So we're gonna cut it off and then put it on the floor and then get rid of the rest of the box. So it's gonna be nice open over here as well. Other than that, let me show you the smaller things. Like when you do this much open concept, you need to really think about not just partially finishing the floor. This is why we are not really taking care of too much, because we need to refinish the entire thing. And as you can see, some of these areas under those studs, there was like a small cabinet here, it's unfinished. So we just can't be patched up. So we need to really refinish this entire section to have it really smooth. And by the way, while we're here, the guys are going pretty quick, and these are temporary walls. So pretty much these joists are meeting like this in this section, and these studs are carrying this load in the middle. So since we're gonna put a beam over here, we create a temporary wall on this side to hold this side of the joists, and then create it on the other side. And then once this is done, we're gonna cut this stud, insert our beam, test it, and then get rid of this. So that's pretty much the way we install the beam. And the beam we're installing is LVL, and we're gonna sandwich, I think the drawings was like 3 or 4 of them. So, but other than that, we're pretty excited. But as you can see, there's one small thing happened, because there was like a tile over here. When we were banging this, the light downstairs, the glass fixture just fell off. But this type of small things can happen. Because I think whoever installed it didn't secure it, but we need to get a new light down there to make it right. But other than that, everything goes up to the plan, and we're pretty excited. All right, so we had completed our rough-in and we passed our inspection. So let me show you how it looks right now. So as you can see, some of these walls are gone. There was like a small notch over here. We run our plumbing. We have the sink plumbing over here. We got our cables for some of them are for the appliances. So dishwasher, island side. So all of these got approved. And as you can see on the walls too, we got our cables, framing, new header for the window is completed. As you can see, the fire blocks are installed, all the rough-ins, and these pipes. Yes, I showed you guys these pipes in the previous video. So as you can see, because of the window, we had to relocate all this pipe, and it's been completed. Over here, we had some modification on the design, like we created a small niche. We saw this empty area, so why not take advantage of that? So one changes we did. So that's all get approved. One big thing was this plumbing. You guys remember there was like the big pipe coming here. So we wanted to relocate that. And as you can see, the way we did it is going all the way to that side. And the wall is gone. The temporary walls, you guys seen it when we were installing this, is gone now. We have our central column and other columns are on the side. And our project manager, Carlos, is here too. You want to say anything to people?
Yeah, of course. Just hello to everyone. And
how is the project going?
So far so good.
Okay.
We already did our demo, as you know, our trap, all the different trays what we have. And right now we are just planning my next step, and that one is closing the next step. But I'm just seeing your design is beautiful.
Okay.
The short future is gonna be almost like that.
Okay, good. So we're positive that we're gonna achieve the exact same look, huh?
Exactly.
All right,
How
great.
It is in another project.
Carlos is doing a great job, and we are pretty much happy that we got into this stage. So after this, obviously there's no surprise, right? We got the beams, we got our dimensions, everything has been confirmed. So this is not the fun part for the client because you know, they do not see anything visual, anything like that. But this is very important because like the space from here to island, where the things are lining, or even in this wall, like how is the windows are gonna be, like very critical dimensions, because if this thing is 1 inch off, this outlet is a couple inches off, and then the hood is not in the center, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So this stage doesn't look so fun, but at the same time, it is actually very important. But this is a construction phase 1. So now we are switching to phase 2, which is the fun part, putting finished material. So the hardwood will be installed, drywall will get closed. We're still doing a few touches, you know, in some of the areas. But after that, you know, bring the cabinetry. But for now, this is what a space looks like after inspection. So I'll see you when we start finishing it. All right, so as you can see, we had done an amazing progress in this project, very quick, so I was not able to capture right before the cabinets. But what we had done is, as you can see, we had closed the drywall and we have installed the hardwood floor, which you cannot see because we do love to protect it as soon as possible so we do not get scratches. And as you can see, we had installed the cabinets right away. And I'll show you some details. As you can see, we got wainscoting panels, very small detail. These are dummy doors, but integrated into the frame, so it just looks very finished. And on this side, we did get reef cut white oak cabinets. And these cabinets, actually not 3/4. These cabinets are 1 inch thickness. It is very, very slim shaker, but this is a new version. The trim is 1/4 inch. So instead of inch, and there is a version of 1/2 inch. So over the years, this thing is getting slimmer, and then it becomes a slab at some point. So, but a beautiful wood finish over here. Instead of a reef cut white oak whitewash look, we went with something more on the medium side because our floor is darker, so we didn't want to go that dark, but something slightly lighter than that to make this small contrast. On this side, we got a beige, perfect beige cabinetry, same door style, same thickness and construction type. And I'll show you some small accessories. So we got 2-tier cabinetry, 2-tier drawer box. So this one is almost my all-time favorite accessories. But on the other side, when installing the cabinet, what we really pay attention is the spacing over here. Right now, this is 4 feet, which we consider pretty good. And then the other area when we're placing the island, to want to make sure there is like enough space here. This is 3 feet. And then the same thing on this side. So we want to make sure there is enough space over here. So pretty much we did maximize the island size, which is 10 feet. And make sure that we do have enough space over here. As you can see, me and someone else can be here. And other than that, we were more generous on this side as 4 feet. This is a traffic, then we got a door over here, so people will be traveling here. So someone while here, and someone can be on the sink. And I think a slim person still can pass through between these two people. So other than that, as you can see, we did mark the hood. We are making the hood. It's a plaster hood where we will be framing it and plastering this entire wall. And then the stone will come until somewhere here, like 18-20 inches or something like that. Above that will be plaster. So we are making that right now. And the guys in the lunch after that, it will frame it, so I'll show that as well. The countertop guy is coming to measure this, which is another critical step in the projects. As you can see, the cabinets are ready, but we cannot really move forward with the project without the countertop because the plumbing is attached to it. The appliances are attached to it. There's usually a little bit of delays in this stage where we install it and we just wait for the countertop people to fabricate the stone. But we still have a lot other smaller stuff to do, like finishing the drywall of the column and then beams and that kind of finished stuff while waiting. But other than that, once we put the stone, that's when things look even better. But I'll show you that soon and see you then. All right, let's see what it looks like. Let me take you guys over here. Here is the final result. The countertop's in, the hood is in, the fridge, appliances, everything. The project is completed. And I think it is very interesting like how it turned out. And one of my favorite thing in the kitchen is this beautiful marble countertop, and as you can see, there's a purple grayish veining. And on this side, we got the fridge, built-in fridge, all integrated. Even though we got a beam, we still were able to integrate this, and this was already planned in our drawings. So when you are designing the countertop, the placement of the veinings and everything is so important. In this case, we generally get the white wall and plaster. So what we want to make sure is we got the best portion of the marble over here. Even though we could use one piece and we had the stone to do that, but we wanted to make sure we do end up with a nice graphic kind of look. So as you can see, an eagle is landing on our stovetop. But I think everyone needs to pay attention how the stone is getting cut, because it makes a huge difference. Imagine this section would be mainly the white portion of the stone versus how it is right now. Pay attention to your countertop cuts. And over here, when you got this beautiful marble, obviously you want to make sure you do not get ugly outlets and switches. So we did use very minimal look for the outlets, as well as even the switch for this panel lights. We use this garbage disposal button, but we repurpose it and then made a switch for the panel lights. And obviously the coffee section, we all need coffee, but we at the same time, when you need it, it's open, and when you're done, you can close it, and it just looks like the fridge on the other side, the size and the volume wise. And when you're in action, you can open this up, get your coffee, and make sure you get a big mug for yourself. Other than that, the island is, as you can see, massive. And one of the challenge was finding this size of a stone in the look we were looking for. So it took us months to find this, but once we found it, we were like, this is it. This is absolutely it, with the purple veinings and things like that. And in some kitchens, we do design some seating area and more open behind the island. But in this one, because we have only a single wall to deal with the cabinetry, we end up with more storage on this side. Plus, this is a walkway, so we didn't want to have too much of a stool reactions on the hallway. On top of it, we do have a beautiful dining room over here, beautiful breakfast nook over there. This is an open concept, so there was really no need for that. So we end up with more storage. Other than that, you guys remember the pipe? This is the solution we came up with. We hide it on the ceiling and turn it into a design element. What is the most popular, or what is the new generation door style in kitchen cabinetry? Let me show you what it is. So you guys know we have been dealing with shaker cabinets, and it gets smaller, slim shaker, 1 inch, ½ inch, and now the new generation, 1/4 inch, and there's two versions, round or square. But this is pretty much the most up-to-date door style, I would say, as close as possible to the slab and modern kitchen, but it is not there yet. So if someone who is not into two modern and still one little bit of a trim work, and you know, very interesting look. I think this is the door style for you. And other than that, I think this turned out very interesting. It's a entire space looks completely different. The walls are guy, it feels more open concept, and the textures are right on point too. And I am very happy how it turned out.